Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee faces a real dilemma. He's on the verge of stardom in the United States. He's a film actor here in Hong Kong. The East or the West?
See, to me, a motion picture is motion.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta keep the dialogue down to the minimum.
They say the secret of your success was that you did your own fighting. As an expert in various martial arts.
Definitely, in the beginning, I had no intention. I was practicing, and what I'm still practicing now would lead to this
Yeah, I know.
to begin with. But martial art has a very, very deep meaning as far as my life is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art.
What do you mean by martial art?
Martial art include all the combative arts like karate, judo, Chinese kung fu or Chinese boxing. I can go on and on and on. But it's a combative form of fighting.
No wonder you're successful in it. Chinese movies are full of this kind of action anyway. They needed a guy like you could...
Violence, man.
So you didn't have to use a double when you moved into the motion picture world here. You did it all yourself.
All type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. So therefore, they're coming in to and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves, rather they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, determination, or whatsoever. What I'm saying, therefore, is that in combative form, the art of expressing the human body, it's a combination of both, natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. It is a successful combination of both. Therefore, it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. See, actually, I do not teach karate because I do not believe in styles anymore. I do not believe that there is such thing as Chinese way of fighting or the way of fighting, because unless human beings have 3 arms and 4 legs, we will have a different form of fighting. So styles tends to only separate men because they have their own doctrines, and then the doctrine became the gospel truth that you cannot change. But if you do not have style as a human being, how can I express myself totally and completely? That way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization. That way, it's a process of continuing growth. And when you're talking about combat, if it is a sport, now you're talking about something else. You have regulations, you have rules. But when you're talking about fighting as it is with no rules, well then, baby, you better train every part of your body. And when you do punch, I mean, you gotta put the whole hip into it and snap it, and get all your energy in there and make this into a weapon. Running water never grows stale, so you gotta just keep on flowing. And you see, really, to me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. It is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky, be flooded with a cocky feeling and feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you're blinded by it, or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, now, that, my friend, is very hard to do, and you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man, and I'm gonna do it, you see. So that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one with the... Let's say if you learn to speak Chinese, it's not difficult to learn and speak the word. The hard thing, it's behind what is the meaning, what brought on the expression and feelings behind those words. Like when I first arrived in the United States and I look at a Caucasian and I really would not know whether he was putting me on, because we have different way of reacting. Those are the difficult things.
In fact, a smile doesn't always mean the same, does it?
Of course not. I think the successful ingredient was because I was being Bruce Lee.
Yourself.
Myself, right. Just express myself, like I say, honestly express myself at that time.
There were some lines that expressed your philosophy.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Like that, you see?
No, I see. I get the idea. I get the...
I'm honestly saying this, okay? Yes, I have been very successful, okay? I think the word star is, I do not look upon myself as a star. Believe me, man, when I say it, that in the United States, I think something about the Oriental, the true Oriental should be shown. It's always the pigtail and bouncing around, chop, you know, with the eyes slant and all that.
Problems that you face as a Chinese hero in an American series. Have people come up in the industry and said, well, we don't know how the audience are going to take a non-American?
Such thing does exist in this world, you see, like, they think that business-wise, it's a risk. And I don't blame them. Same way it's like in Hong Kong, if a foreigner became a star, I probably would have my own worry of whether or not the acceptance would be there. You honestly express yourself, it doesn't matter, see. I do think that things of Chinese will be quite interesting for the next few years. I mean, not that I'm politically, inclining toward anything. I mean, once the opening of China, that it will bring more understanding, more things that are different, and maybe in the contrast of comparison, some new thing might grow. So therefore, I mean, it's a very rich period to be in. You know what I want to think of myself as a human being, because I don't want to sound like as Confucius say, but under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one family. It just so happened, man, that people are different.
Okay, we got to go. Thank you, Bruce Lee, for coming here. Thank you for
Pierre.
watching.
Thank you. Like everyone else, want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose, to accept defeat. To learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.